South African government, the way they care so much about their citizen, if all the whole African
countries can do that, I swear Africa will get better.
Africa will be better.
Welcome to ZFG Podcast. We love you.
Pompilo, he said in SA we have a birth certificate with your ID number. Okay,
That's what we are saying.
When you're older, around 16, you
then you
get
can collect it with the ID. Yeah, so you still have ID from birth. In our own place, they might not even give you birth certificate. We go and collect your birth certificate when you're already 35 like me.
Right? You see all these boys that they don't even have money to buy drug. They are smoking gum.
You can imagine.
Sometimes I will ask these boys question. Some will tell me things that their family did to them after their parents died that makes them to have no choice than to come on the street. Some, their parents will leave money for them when they die. You understand? The family will take all that money, never take care of these kids. All these kids end up on the street.
Imagine the whole child factory, scammers, Boko Haram, drug dealers gathering at Oal Tambo.
I want you to understand this, ne? You see Nigeria, you buy everything cash.
Yeah.
You understand? There is no credit line that you have to be paying little by little
to do work for cheap labor.
Whatever you call cheap labor, it's what we call hard work or what is your destiny is in your hands. You understand? We take it from whatever it is and turn it from that labor, that cheap labor that you're saying.
Crime is crime. If a Nigerian does drug, there are South Africans who do drugs too. There are Zimbabweans who do drugs. There are Ethiopians. A lot of people. It is the individual. The same way we have a lot of Nigerians that are contributing positively into the country's economy and lifestyle.
So she's saying a child starts smoking drug at the age of 14. What were you doing as a mother?
Yeah, what's up, amazing people? Welcome back to one of the controversial and trending podcast in Africa, ZFG. I'm still your very guy, J Prince, and I'm alongside
King Sami in the building.
V for viral, V for victory. You already know.
Yeah, welcome back. And if you're just joining us, and if it's your first time tuning into us, don't forget to click the subscribe button and, like, of course, share the video, let the news spread around. So yes, we're trending obviously on TikTok, Instagram, and if you're yet to follow us, go on. It's gonna be actually on the screen right now. Follow us on there so you don't miss the fun and the stuff going on there. So today's topic, our viewers comment. We're gonna review them. So it's our viewers comment review on the last topic we had on this podcast, which is the Africa and the open border thing and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be reading out the comments and we'll talk about them. This first person is user 1999. The number is too long. Do you think Nigeria is the problem if we have an open border in Africa? So this person said yes, it's the threat to open border. So but then user 19735, if you watch the podcast, if you watch the topic properly, you realize the exact answer to your question, to your query, or the exact answer to your impression will be right there. So thank you. So this one is Funti Imzombe. He says, what are we going to benefit from Nigeria? If you have everything, what do you want in South Africa?
Yeah, first of all, that person don't really know anything. I'll give that person very, very good example. There is a very huge company called DSTV MultiChoice, right? It's a South African company. I can promise you can look it up. They make more money in Nigeria than they make from the entire. In fact, they make more money in Lagos than they make from entire South Africa. MultiChoice, South African company. So you gain that from Nigeria. Secondly, MTN. MTN have over 14 million subscribers in Nigeria. It's a South African company. So when you produce something, we have what you will benefit from Nigeria is woman purchase power. You understand? Like if you produce something, you have people that will buy it. You get the picture. That's why you understand. If there's 20 people somewhere and you produce something, you understand, you might sell it to those 20 people, right? But if you have 200 people somewhere, you make more money, right? So that's what Nigeria is. We have much more buying power. So it's going to help you. Like these two companies I just mentioned, you really think you can eat everything you produce, your apples? You think you know where they go to? ShopRite is a company from here. We have them there. They are there in our company, in our country. We contribute to your revenue. We pay tax even to you via this DSTV and MultiChoice, this company that I've just mentioned. So yeah, that should answer your question. You're going to get that from us. Woman purchase power, you don't buy nothing. We buy everything.
Yes, and funny enough, I think this thing goes both ways. You ask, what are we benefiting from Nigeria? I'm sure, as shallow as this question sound,
I like that.
yeah, as shallow as this question sound, I think you really don't understand how life goes. You're just stuck in between the reasoning of you don't want foreigners in your country. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? Those people who owns hotels, companies, manufacturing companies in South Africa that are Nigerians. So all those are enough to bring revenues to the government, because I think basically tourism and stuff are
it's even one of their selling points. Cape Town, yeah, they're making a lot of money there.
Then,
Banky W got married here or something, so he came able to do wedding. He paid money.
So don't be too shallow-minded. This one is Nsako. So Nigeria has the highest number of people on death row in the world.
That one is the biggest lie ever. Even Nigeria is not even number 1 to 100.
Yeah, but then I would like you to tell me where you get this information from. Maybe
some people are just so
read and learn.
You understand? Look at that guy who was talking about what would they gain from us. If your father is a farmer and he grows avocado, you really think he's the only person that is growing avocado that he will sell to the whole South Africa? That's your father's avocado. The reason why it's going to leave the farm and not just feed you and your family alone. Like maybe you guys will know that's what the things you will eat. It's because we buy them from Nigeria. You transport them to our place and then we buy them. We send you money for you to buy all that things. Say thank you. Thank you. I accept your thank you.
From Flo Blossom. Flo Blossom said no. Nigeria is not the problem. It is individual problem. Okay, yeah, individuals. I think we talked about that in the last topic as well, saying
it is just
individual because yeah. So this one is I'm a piano fan. The name actually tells how the comment is going to sound. This one said benefit what? Drug and crime.
That I'm a piano, right?
Yeah, the I'm a piano fan.
Okay, first of all, let me answer that person by his own name. We actually made your piano go worldwide. You can say thank you when you're ready to say thank you. We have never come out. Nigerians have never come out to say they made piano. We have always been saying you guys have made piano. Yeah. And your piano has been around with you for how many years? Where did it go to? When Nigerians helped you with it, where did it go to? You are welcome.
You know, one thing from my side that I think sometimes I have problem with people is a lot of people have like shallow mind, like they follow what the one celebrity
mentioned
or one politician is saying, and they will just come up and say nonsense.
So I'm going to answer that person. What's the name of that person?
I'm a piano fan.
I'm a piano fan. Okay, I'm going to let you do something. Yeah, you go online and you read about this. Would you believe that if out of the 100% of people that are convicted for drugs in South Africa, would you believe how many percent is Nigerian? Please, can you guess, my brother?
Let's say 7%. Can
you guess?
How many?
8.5%.
Wow.
So if there's 100 people now that they catch, Mr. I'm a piano fan, if there's 100 people arrested for drugs in South Africa right now, 8.5 of them will be Nigerians. And that whatever percent remains belongs to whoever you want to give it to. But to answer your question, because you're asking about Nigerians, right?
Yeah,
I'm telling you now that talking about the drugs we have mentioned, we contribute only 8.5% to that quota. So you do whatever you have to do with that information.
And talking about crime, I could tell you freely, like the crime, like I'm sure talking about drugs, you see 8% of Nigerian in that level. If you have to talk about crime generally, like maybe theft, this and that, frauds that are like, I forgot this thing. What's the name of these people that this local law enforcement agency that deals with people who do fraud,
Okay.
like the Hawk and all that. If you check the tally of peoples and nationalities they've arrested, I'm sure Nigeria wouldn't have actually contribute up to 10% of that. You get. So what are you now saying, drug or crime? It is, you just okay, let me read this the next comment. You'd tell how some people reason, right? So this one is Daniel Molo Kwenme. So he said the only problem is in SA is the drug dealing and other criminal activity, not the professional doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Because, talking about drug dealings and crimes, you need to, firstly, when you hear that, you need to, first of all, you need to, like, repair your mind, your mindset. You need to repair your thinking. You need to repair your perceptions towards Nigerians. When they mention drugs and all that, trust me, other nationalities do it too. Crime is crime. It doesn't have to be from this specific people. Like, crime is crime. If a Nigerian does drug, there are South Africans who do drugs too. There are Zimbabweans who do drugs. There are Ethiopians. A lot of people. It is individual. The same way we have a lot of Nigerians that are contributing positively into the country's economy and lifestyle. You get. We know a lot of Nigerians that have businesses. Kinsami here has
a lot of people that he's
Kinsami's
employing.
motto that he has employed. He has over dozens of cars that different people were driving for him, and they make their livings through it.
That your uncle that send you 300 during the week might just be another driver.
You
that
get.
just
So there are
got paid
people.
from King
There are
Sammy.
people in South Africa that are Nigerians that do a lot of great things for the country.
What's the name of that user?
Don't zero your mind to. I'm a piano fan. Don't zero your mind to that. No. Don't box your mind to that level, right? But then, thank you very much, Daniel Molokweme.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
You make sense.
Yeah. And for Daniel as well, thank you for understanding that. About talking about the drugs, we already mentioned the drugs, and then even crime, because I think Junior was trying to ask about crime.
Yeah.
And if you talk about crime, the number one highest crime in the world is murder, right? South Africa do much. You can check it by yourself. Have higher murder rate convictions than Nigerians. That's the number one. And then the second most evil crime in the world is rape. I don't have to finish this topic before you know the higher rape case or assault like that more than Nigerians. So if you're talking about this crime, and then we go to the drugs, we just finished talking
Before
about
we
it.
even get-
So 1 to 3 of the crimes, we are not even there.
Talking about theft too. It's when I get to South
You
Africa
know,
that I know it's
people are
very
doing
easy
guys like
to
CIT.
hijack you.
You understand?
Like smash and
CIT.
grab
Have you
and
ever seen a
stuff like that.
Nigerian
So-
in there? No. But the things that you cannot really prove are the ones that you will say it's Nigerians, because you cannot even prove it.
Would make sense. Okay, so this one is narrow. Is apparently saying, as a Nigerian, I don't want any open border. Yeah, narrow will get you. Actually, that was what I was saying. That was actually what I emphasized on. Like, okay, don't open this border. Just keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is Onza MOG. Says South Africa must close those borders. Africa can unite, but people can stay in their countries. Please leave us South Africa people in our country.
Yeah, we agree with you. If you watched, maybe that person didn't really watch the whole program, because on the program last week we also discussed that the borders should be there, and the control. Just the control. We're just saying like, okay, they let it be controlled. So we agreed with you. Thank you so very much for your contribution.
The same Nero said, "Okay, let's forget about this border thing. Let's fix Nigeria and stay in our home country." That was what I said too. Like,
Yeah, so let's fix our country.
Our countries, if your
because
country
to
is
be
nice,
honest-
people will even want you to come to their own and
Yes,
make
now.
it nicer.
Yeah, to be honest with you, bro, there is nothing like home. Let's be honest with ourselves. There is nothing like home. There is nothing like you can speak your language. There is nothing like nobody can do anything to you. You get, but when our government are not doing anything, there is nothing you can do. Like, check it. People are doing protests. They are shooting them like different.
Yeah, this one is from Christopher Saul. This one said, too much greedy leaders holding US dollars under their mattress.
You are right, bro.
You are right.
Just imagine if that money that is being hidden under the bed, if they just use that money to build hospital or schools or something. There will be people working there, and it will still be generating more money. You get? So we are greedy in Africa, yo.
Okay, so this one said, this one is Ezekiel Mayani. Says, those guys lie. What was Ghana must go? They act like they are forgotten.
Well, was Ghana must go a xenophobic something?
It was not even a sin. It was just a little bit of some people who did something, and it only happened like the Badagry area, semi-border kind of a thing. You understand? It was my 12 up to my 2 at the most. It was not a Nigerian kind of a thing. And at that time, their country was settled already. You understand the picture? And it was just because the bag, it was what they used, and then they named it. So the name of the bag is even more famous than more than the event. The event wasn't really as big as Mohbad's.
When did that thing happen? Because me, I don't know it.
Maybe some very long time ago. Some very long time ago. It's not a big deal. It's just like maybe this. It's not even up to this Mohbad protest. Like what they are talking about, they are holding on to. It's not, you understand? Like when it comes to xenophobic.
Okay.
Okay, so this one asks, this one is Solani Dlamini. It asks like, how do you own a business, car, house, anything without an ID?
I want you to understand this, ne? You see, in Nigeria, you buy everything cash.
Yeah.
You understand? There is no credit line that you have to be paying little by little. You can drive a car. There is nothing like that, bro. You have to pay cash. So if you have cash, nobody is going to be asking you for your ID, for you to buy anything. And also, I want you to understand that when you go to like 18, you have a driver's license, right? So driver's license, I think it can stand also. And I'm also stand to be corrected because somebody corrects that thing that South Africans, they have ID when they are 16 years old. You understand? So it's not me. I think they have ID since
when they are born. Oh, okay.
So what the person is saying is there will be ID number on your
birth certificate.
So when you are 16,
you go take it.
You are able to go and
collect it.
You understand?
Get now. Yeah, that makes sense. It's still the same thing actually because from your birth you have already been assigned an ID number. So it's just what. And again, if you look at it, a 5-year-old child, why is he having an ID? You understand? So you understand what I'm saying? So he might even decide to travel somewhere. So by 16, they believe that you must have been smart enough to undo your own personal stuff. Personally, I will even say they should shift it to 18. So even 16 makes very much sense.
Yeah, that is. We are still on the same topic.
You are still on the same line.
They have ID and
from the beginning,
don't.
which makes sense. So in our own place, they might not even give you birth certificate. We go and collect your birth certificate when you're already 35, like me. Right? Nobody go your local government.
You go and do it.
You go and do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this one is actually this comment relates to this one we're talking about. Says so that guy did not have national identity. Maybe the guy is from Niger, not Nigeria. Which guy?
Me. You are saying I don't have national identity. You that you are watching this podcast now, if you are a Nigerian, lie to yourself that you from your 16, 15, 14, there is a way for you to be identified. You that you are talking.
The funniest part is you only have an ID. You only have an ID if you are going to.
What you should have just answered is you have a international passport, right? So that's your ID at the end of the day, right?
No, he's saying national ID in Nigeria. Do we have?
No, nobody's national ID. Which national ID are you talking about?
Like we don't know what.
How many people have it?
Which national ID?
Bro, even
does your mom have it?
You only have an identity card in school if you go to a private school.
I'm telling you. That national ID he's talking about, I remember, they registered under Obasanjo. When did it come out? Goodluck was already out of government before they even started distributing the few ones that they distributed. Are you kidding me?
Even voters card.
Even voters card. Some people did not see and not able to collect it today. That is actually just making sense.
There was this. Okay, I think you are going to read it. There is one who say, how did they do censor? Bro, in Nigeria, when they were counting people, there are places that they can't go there. They can't even. Are they semi right? That time when they do that censor, bro, there are places that they don't even get to. Those guys won't be out.
Yeah,
then moreover, how do when it comes to the censor, they will not ask you for ID now.
Only so you guys don't have accurate number of your.
Bro, Nigeria is more than 400 million.
So that means the population of Nigeria is not really accurate.
Yeah, we have always been saying it and disputing it. The last census was in, was it 2001? When was the last census? No, it can't be. 2004. Or 5 or so, thereabouts. Because I remember they came into my house that time. And now, answering that person, if they are coming to do census, they don't ask you for national ID. So I don't understand what that person means. We don't. They will come into your house and they will write your name and ask how many people are there.
They will just ask
Simple.
how many
people are living there.
You know me, one thing I know, 150% is Nigeria population is more than 400 million. Bro, are they say man? Those girls, they only stop by the.
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
There's some lungu. So if you go there,
yeah, even some people that you cannot, some places that you cannot even access by land. You understand? So are you telling me that those sense of people will enter I'm going to be going to those Oriomi because I'm counting somebody. If somebody that commit offense, say crime, they can hide there. Police will not even go there to go and catch the person. They will not go and count you. Just to count you. I'm telling you. Actually, when it comes to the censorship, I think everybody knows that. No, nobody's disputing the censorship, whatever they call it.
Okay, this one says, imagine the whole child factory, scammers, Boko Haram, drug dealers gathering at Oatambo. This one say, but we have one Africa army, Boko Haram. Can't be a problem because we will all be looking for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How are we going to get there to have one army? We have to be one nation first. So how are we going to get there? A lot of people are not educated. Let's be frank with ourselves. A lot of people are still backward. A lot of people. Okay, guys, I watched this thing on BBC, right? And this woman was crying, saying, "I hate foreigner. I hate foreigner." Then that presenter, there are those Dudula, this thing. Amadudula, right? So, then the presenter is asking, why do you hate foreigner, right? So she's saying a child starts smoking drug at the age of 14. What were you doing as a mother?
I'm telling you, bro.
What were you doing?
I'm telling you,
as a mother for your child to
at
be smoking
14.
Drug at the age of 14.
Where were you?
Stop.
Some of you are not even raising your kids. That thing I've been saying it a long time ago. Somebody commented that thing on Twitter one time, like, how come South Africans are having drug problems and Nigerians are the one they are saying that sell it for them, but Nigeria in their country don't have a drug problem. Selling this, why are they not selling it to our kids? Because nobody will buy. I'll tell you what I was doing at the age of 14. I come back from school. I was in Jesus Street and I come back from school. I get home, I come back from school by 2 o'clock. I change my clothes. I eat gala and ice cream. All this word that we always put, the ice cream that we always put in the freezer. I will eat it and I will go to Chrisland lesson. I will go to lesson immediately. After I finish from lesson, like 5:30 or to 6, I will go home. My mother is already back at home. Where do I have time? Where do I go smoke the drug?
Bro, that one is even a long journey. Even if you don't go to lesson after school or whatever, I think basically an average Nigerian child the mindset is to know that drug is bad.
Right.
To the point that you don't have to do it. You see drug as a very, 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 very.
How is your child, a 14-year-old child, moving like going to a drug dealer
for free till now? As old as I am,
I don't know a drug dealer in Nigeria.
Before.
I've never seen. I've said it a lot. I've never seen cocaine in my life before.
You get the mindset alone, the upbringing tells. The way you bring up your child, because even the Bible says, train up your child in the way of the Lord. Because when he grows, he's not going to depart from it. You get? So, like, it's the way because at 14, your problem won't be what you need to smoke. Your problem will be what you want to eat. And your problem will be that you don't make sure your studies is at the top of your mind. So, a lot of things won't come to your mind because I think it comes from the mindset. Like, it comes from the mind, then it goes to your brain because the whole both works interwoven. You get,
from my side, my question is this, right? If your child is smoking drug at the age of 14, right? Where were you? Where was the dad? I understand you can divorce, right? You can't, or even the father is dead, right? But this is what I want to say. even if the father is there is family of that father. Are you not the type who put your ego as a priority and even tell that child that your father herself is nobody, or the father tried to reach out to the child, you don't give them chance? You understand? And another thing is, a lot of people grow their kids with their grandmother. Do you understand? Maybe this woman that is talking, maybe that child you are saying even grow up with your grandmother, because you are busy, you don't have time,
bro.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
and you cannot expect the way a grandmother.
There's limits to what she can
bro,
do. There's
I
limits
swear,
to what she
bro,
can do.
a grandmother is ready to spoil a child.
I won't take that one. Imagine Akinfela grows up with your mom.
My mom is gentle now. She's
old now.
She's old now. She's old now.
That's what I'm saying.
She's nice to the same. I'm telling you, I've said it like
She will even spoil
she's spoiling Bisola self. She Bisola is with her, but she's dealing with her small, but not like before.
Yes,
me and Eko are not telling Bisola like, if you know this woman, if you know this woman that you are with, if you know this shopper that you are helping to leave house.
Let me give you one example.
You're getting calm, you understand?
Let me give you one example, guys.
Now.
Imagine I'm talking to my child. Let's say my child did something wrong, right? Then I say, you have to serve this punishment or so before I can forgive you. Then my child leave my house, come to your house, and you harbor my child in your house, and even go and help my child to go and pack
his load from my house
to your house.
You will sleep prison. You will sleep yourself.
So what it means you are telling me that I'm not right with what I'm teaching my child.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So let's have sense of responsibility. Let's have the sense of holding on to our flop.
I'm telling you.
If you make a mistake in your life, it's part of your journey, and hold on to that mistake. It's your problem. Fact, right? You see all these boys that they don't even have money to buy drug. They are smoking gum.
Can you imagine?
They are smoking gum. And now, you guys know I'm close to these boys, right? Sometimes I will ask these boys question. Some will tell me things that their family did to them after their parents died, that makes them to have no choice than to come on the street. Some, their parents will leave money for them when they die. You understand? The family will take all that money, never take care of these kids. All these kids end up on the street. And you are here blaming Fongina for them to be on the street.
You see?
What were you doing?
You see?
I also think, talking about drugs, I think the drug law is too lenient, it's too soft in South Africa. Yeah, maybe if you're being caught with drugs, it's a death penalty. Maybe it will reduce. Child.
The Dudula, I don't blame them, because I like what they are doing. They are trying to clean their environment. But what I'm saying is this: are we not rounding in the same circle? Right? You are trying to clean the environment for people not to smoke drug. People will find another thing to smoke. If you are not standing up to them and let them know what is wrong and right.
You understand?
They will still
If
smoke
there's no
something
foreigner
else.
there, they will still buy from another person.
They will smoke something else. In Captain Park, those boys smoke gum.
So we should not sell gum in the store anymore. Now we should not ban gum. And anybody that sells gum now is a criminal.
I'm sorry, but I don't think South Africans should complain about their government.
I swear.
Comparing it to
their government is
Nigeria
so good.
or some other African country.
I did tell you, somebody is using 37 years as president in somebody's country. Are you kidding me? South Africa is too lucky.
When I watched something online and they were talking about rich African leaders. There's this one that has been president since 10 years before I was born.
God bless you. Bless
Yes,
you.
now Cameroon beside us.
And now, the
Before
man
we are
cannot
born.
even walk again.
The
boss, before I was born, I am the guy don't be president.
Yes, now.
So it's you just need to like work with the government.
I just imagine the life
I
of
think
the
there are a
people
lot
there.
of other things you could do.
I cannot lie to you, sir. In South Africa, South African government, the way they care so much about their citizen, if all the whole African
Countries can do that. I swear, Africa will get better.
Africa will be better.
Because you guys can protest.
Like,
boom, they already shut down the taxi. They already shut down this one. There was load shedding this time. Boom, load shedding got better because some people protested about it. And you know, hey bro, it was just candle night that they went for Mohbad because the main auditorium they use for it.
It's finished. And
There were
people are
celebrities and stuff. After the whole thing, okay, some people are still making their way. Okay, on the way, some people choose to do their own free mobile. It's not that they were looting or doing anything bad. They just had another gathering.
Yeah.
You're already shooting tear gas into their midst. You get
South
my point?
Africa will not do that.
I won't do that. You know, there's this show I watch. You know, it tells you how the government sector handles threats and handles situations. So they told the president, there is a protest in along Tembisa. One of your personal assistant has been held hostage. If it was Nigeria, they will go there gum blazing.
Yes, now all the whole community, all of you,
The president was
Your
telling-
daddy will sleep in cell. She see that your grandmother, she will sleep in cell.
Bruh, there is one man in my area, they call him Justice of Peace. You know those man, Tom and Nile, they will write Justice of Peace for their house. One day, they break into that man house. Bro, they pack everybody in our area.
Washiri.
Yeah. You
If
get
you
like,
me, the bag box pa, we're going my daddy. Who be that?
I think a lot of people should just buckle up and stop blaming the government.
I'm sorry if this come out wrong, right? I'll say they are overshadowing the ambitious South
And they are
Africans.
hardworking, yeah, and they are hardworking.
That they are in a situation and they say to themselves, no, I'm not going to be in this situation for the rest of my life. I will do something. Okay, I'm telling you about this girl, the presenter on that show. That girl said when she was growing up in their community, everything was like that, right? But when she was growing up, she said to herself, no, I don't want to be in this. I want to change my life. You get? I'll give you an example, my wife. Do you know that my wife go and do intern in a school
Can you imagine?
so that they can
She
pay
get a
for
job.
her school fees?
Wow.
To go and graduate to university.
Yeah, you're even a big organization.
You can imagine.
boutique, Nike,
And you have the opportunity,
Nike
you will not
can
take
send
it.
you to school
You
just for you
imagine.
to come be their manager.
Manager at the end,
when
yeah.
you're done schooling.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
you
understand.
understand?
You would work for them for a certain period
A
of
period
time.
of
You
time,
can
yeah.
leave, and if you're no longer permeable with it, which is you are still going to be cool with it because you send me to school, you are paying me salary.
So that's another
yes,
another
now.
advantage.
Yes,
they are
now.
not only sending you to school, that means that you have a job when you in our own place. You first of all use 7 years to do 4 years course. A living
Yes,
example.
There was a week that I was driving to church on my way. I saw a pothole. It reminded me of Nigeria. And I was like, okay. For almost 15 kilometers, I only saw one pothole. I'm like, oh, okay. The next Wednesday that I was going to church, the pothole was no longer there. I'm like, wow, bro. If you have to drive for 5 minutes, you will meet 5,000 potholes.
That's why I'm saying to you guys that it pain me when you see, like the ones that they are not this thing, they are the one that will be commenting.
Yeah.
Bruh, in our area, the guy who do that road, that pothole on our road, he just decide one day, park his car, go and buy cement and everything, bring his boys. They do that pothole.
Imagine.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. This one says, this one is Gotham Wa Nwali. Say, what? How do you get a loan without ID?
Loan
Who
from
will give you that loan?
I mean, about we told you can't collect loan.
Pampe,
Who
sef.
will give you loan? my
Pampe
friend?
started when we not in Nigeria. If, you say, if I meet Pampe,
What is loan?
now they have a collect all my inheritance from the government.
Nobody is giving you any loan. You work for yourself.
Yeah, no loan.
You work for yourself.
Bro, there's no credit line, my dear.
There is nothing.
There's nothing. You go and call your mommy. They will sit there with nothing.
Okay, this one say open border. The African being one would never work. It's only a dream. Yeah, it's just like you are saying. Man, you collect Premier League this season. It's only a dream.
Abio.
He enter.
Man, you.
You don't catch me.
I commence my reserve. I commence
Okay,
my
this one
reserve.
says. So with no ID, that means you can get a passport using a fake name.
There's a chance. Yeah, there are a lot of chances. There's a chance
In
of that.
this
You can do
country,
that.
I know a lot of people that their name is not their name. They are answering someone else's name. I beg, let's go to another topic.
Oh, okay. Okay, so how do you people look for criminals?
Government
Police
will go and do investigation
yo.
now.
Police, but then with
Share will send
investigations, that is why if there's an offender in a complex, or let me say in a flat,
They will
and
pack
Why they
all of
pack
there's
all of
20
you?
occupants
All
in that
of
flat,
you
then
say
everybody's
who is
going
the
off.
person.
You go and
They will not need
explain
any
yourself.
ID for you to identify that
They
person.
just arrest everybody.
All of you.
And then-
the people will be the ID that time.
And
They will be
then-
your ID.
Of course, and then
All of-
shout out to Nigerian police that they try when it comes to investigation if they don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
they'll
If
pack
they
all
want
of
to do
you.
it,
All
they
of
will
you.
pack everybody.
All of you.
If you have heard it say, "Odopamaku everybody," that's the saying.
Okay, this one is Biony Cap 295. She says the whole Africa can be united, but leave South Africa alone.
Says the people that put Africa in their name. You guys are the only country in Africa that put Africa in your name. You are the one that put Africa in your name, and you are the one that doesn't want anybody from Africa, man.
Okay, so this one is Palo Swags. He says, I'm good at this kind of topic and would love to join on just one of the podcasts. Of course, Palo,
Send us a DM.
Yeah, I think
you've
you
actually
sent
sent a DM, so yeah, we're gonna have
We'll
you
bring
pretty
you.
soon.
Yeah, don't
we
worry.
look forward to that.
We'll
So
see,
this
yeah.
one is Pompilo. He said in SA we have a birth certificate with your ID number. Okay, yeah.
That's what we are saying.
When you're older, around 16, you
Then you
get
go and collect it with the ID. Yeah, so you still
with
have
your
ID for
fingerprints
birth.
captured into the government
Yeah.
system. So this one is Edward. He said it's not like I don't want it, but it just wouldn't work. Think about laws alone, like South African gay rights versus Uganda. Edward, you get
We want to
sense.
do topic about that. You.
Yeah, Edward, you actually do.
I swear.
Yeah, it makes sense because it
To
will
be honest,
clash.
to be honest with you, that is not going to be a problem because even here where we live, all of us don't agree on the same thing. So being the fact that Uganda doesn't allow gay laws doesn't mean that they will be hostile towards gays. There are people that live in South Africa that South Africa allow gays, right? They're giving them right. There are people in South Africa that don't like gays, that they're anti-gay.
yeah,
You understand in their mind. So that is going to be Uganda is going to be like. There's a lot of countries in Africa that we support. So why are you thinking about this? Just one person that. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So if there's one country that hates gay people or that doesn't have gay rights, there's 15 other African countries that supports gay rights. So will you because of that one person deny the whole 15?
Yeah, it's hectic because I think even in the South Africa that the law is like
Yeah, you know what I'm
is
saying?
allowed. There's still a lot of homophobic people around.
You get what I'm
So
saying?
it's just like that. This one says xenophobia won't happen in Nigeria because no other African want to go and do illegal business there and to do work for cheap labor.
Whatever you call cheap labor, it's what we call hard work, or what they say, your hand is your destiny
I like that
is in your
answer.
hands. You understand? We take it from whatever it is and
From
turn
that
it
cheap labor and
from that labor that
grow
cheap labor that you're
and
saying.
grow.
We make something out of nothing.
Who's watching this? Please, I want you to know that your life is in your hand. You are the architect
Of your own destiny.
life. You are going to draw the plan of your life the way you want it. Government is not going to do it for you. Your mother is not going to do it for you. Nobody will do it for
Cheap
you.
labor. What do you call
We are
cheap
staying
labor?
4 ways, right? Bro, in these 4 ways, we have a lot of Zimbabwe that own houses that we are renting from them.
Yes.
We are renting from them. And they are
Yeah. My former
Zimbabweans.
landlord is a Zimbabwean. A landlady
My
actually.
current landlord is a Zimbabwean.
You see.
And these are the same Zimbabwe that you are thinking their country is nothing. They come here to take cheap labor. They take that cheap labor,
And
they
make it
invest in
something.
business, and you are renting from them.
Sean, before I read this your comment, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but let me read it. We have national ID. I also said it in last week podcast. I said we have ID. I didn't really think deep. If you think well, you know we don't have ID. Eh?
He said we have national ID.
We have national ID.
Let's continue. Story
Maybe
for
Edward
another day.
maybe Edward is 12 years old.
You know, maybe we are not from Nigeria.
Okay, so this one is Oza. Oza said, but why no one has never explained this to us? Essay. I will change my surname every month.
Abio.
Aibo, you all are undocumented in your own country.
Yes, now you don't need to be documented.
Why you have to document in your own country?
This one is Escobar. He said, why don't you give example by Egypt, not South Africa? It's South Africa where we stay
We
now.
are living. First of all, we are living in South Africa, and then if there's a lot of Nigeria in Egypt, I can promise you, you can check it. A lot of them in Cairo, and I know you just want to mention them. I know more than 10 Nigerians there.
Okay, Africa is too big and it's corrupt. It would be one big mess. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
we did say that. Yeah, we did say that.
Okay, if only you could let the guy with the red cap speak, please. Yeah, they won't let me speak. That's how they are. Nah, it was Sammy that wear red cap. We won't let him speak because he was the one that think we can.
I'm emotional.
We can
with
survive.
Africa.
Okay, this one is yo guys, you don't have IDs. Look, we're not xenophobic in South Africa. Look, me, I don't get what you are saying. It's like you speak it in pidgin South Africa. You are pidgin. Pidgin Zulu. This one is not me. But then, did he just say his ID is his passport? Because that's the only document that they ask for your birth certificate and stuff.
Yeah, but like it's a part of the it's a means of identification. So your passport is a means of identification. In South Africa, you guys have a lot of means of identification like ID, passport also, and even the traffic registration that you give us.
Even driver's license.
Yeah, even driver's license.
How does the government track of its own citizen? How do you open a bank account?
I say you have like driver's license. Sure, you go on.
Yeah, you have driver's license. Your utility bills and stuff is what you need to open an account. Okay. The guy in red cap is very smart. Okay, this one says, how do you treat your kids in clinic? How do kids enroll at school? I'm really confused. Please help us to explain.
When you get to the school, you tell them the name of your child. They will put the child in school.
Yeah.
Do you know? Let me give you this funny one, right? In Nigeria, right? If you marry a girl, you don't need to go to court before that girl will start answering your name. Sure, you know that. Go and look for it.
This one says one currency, one army, one ID. It would have been nice, but easier said than done.
Are we educated enough that Shebi is some
Some people that are saying people are taking their job up and down. Somebody that not go and study medicine, he will say one doctor took his job. I don't understand.
I even see.
I
I saw this video. These guys, they are busy shouting in front of that guy establishment that it's a farm, right? That they must employ South Africans. Tell those people to go and apply for the job. Baba, how many times have you
You understand?
that you are looking for so?
I'm telling you,
South Africans come.
South. The one that will come, it will still fight you. And then when it was South African from Soweto, and he was angry, he was leaving.
Yeah.
Because I told him to work for. Now guess what? Yeah. I saw him because I saw him holding an helmet, so I know it was him. So I drove beside him, and I'm like, bro, he just looked at me like this, and he was just going with anger. My wife said, "Thank God you have not given him the bag, because you have not even given him the bag. He's already doing that. What if you already gave it?" I'm like, because I'm just 2 minutes late, and I'm passing. I even came to meet you on the road to say, bro, I'm back now.
Okay, this one is Topi. Even my poorest country, I think the flag is Lesotho. We have birth certificate, ID, and passports for deriving one number and fingerprint. Okay, the guy with the black pants is on point, but Africa should be one state. Okay, who's wearing black right now? I'll go and check later. But thank you if it's me. This guy with white shirt is right. The first thing they need to change should be one Africa, should be the system. SA system works. Yeah. Okay, this one say open border, not now, not in the near future. Africa can unite, but people must stay in their countries. Visit and go back home. South Africa, we are not high. Dubai and Nigeria parties. That's why they stopped them from coming in. It only party now.
You should watch the whole video. You will see the reason why they stopped them.
Yeah. You guys misunderstand. The open borders policy isn't an EFF policy. It is an AU policy. Oh, really? Okay, thank you, Yamato for the heads up. So this one is Kwaniso. Just relax. Malema will never rule this country. Currently, the EFF is losing lots of votes because of this non-essential open border policy. Now, wow. And Malema would never be president of South Africa. Borders in South Africa would never open. Okay, Mama Mazini. Okay, Faith, say this one saying, honestly speaking, Malema would never be president. Not even close. When the government allow thuggery in politics, what do you expect in the social world?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Emmanuel, you make sense. You're right. All right, guys. I think this is the end of our viewers' comment review for today. And we hope we've been able to share one or two things about your comments and enlighten you. And also thank you very much for those who had made constructive comments and also enlightened comments. Thank you very much. And before we go, don't forget to subscribe. Make more comments. Let's see. We have a couple of people who want to come join us on the podcast, and we happy for you reaching out to us. And then if you have there and you still feel like, okay, you want to come on ZFG and share your opinion on a topic and all that, yeah, you just feel free to DM us, and we take it from there. Thank you very, very much for always tuning in. We'll come to you next time for a beautiful topic, but till then, stay blessed.
Peace out.
I'm never gonna say goodbye, bye, bye.